G'day YouTube, my name's Lance. Welcome to Bundy Bear's Shed. Well, the weather report. Well, it's been all over the shop. Yesterday, building up over the last few days, it's been very humid. And we had 38 degrees yesterday and it was just cooking. Very hot weather. Very high humidity in that. And it sort of builds up, and of an evening you get a storm through, but at the moment we've been getting storms through. The last 2 evenings we've been getting storms, and we think, oh, this is good because the paddock's very dry and no grass growing, like the grass out in front of the house in the lawn there. We don't waste dam water on it or anything, but look, it's just very dry, and we sort of hoped to get a bit of rain in it, but not last night before. We got 3 millimetres. You can see the storm come along and then it just sort of splits, and it did that again last night. So we had 3 mil 2 nights ago, then last night we had 2.5 millimetres, but today we're supposed to get between 30 and 60 millimetres according to the Bureau of Meteorology, and yeah, they probably weigh, who knows. So today it's down to 24, which is just lovely. So from yesterday to today, there's 14 degrees difference. So it's just been cooking. I've been trying to work away and get, the office done and jobs done like that. But we had young Freya yesterday, so I did get a bit done in the shed, but not a lot with young Freya. Like at lunchtime, she wants to play hide and seek, and I said, well, I'm not playing hide and seek, Freya, today. I want to do stuff. Oh, well, can we draw? So next thing you bloody draw and buggering around. But anyway, look, it's good to have them around, and she just comes and chats with you and buggerises about, so that's a good thing. But look, as I mentioned last Stu, nothing happened in the shed, apart from I cut out of some of the old hungry boards off the Euro pallets, so they're about 200 millimetres, 8 inches wide, and I cut some of them up to make the tops for some shelves to display my little tractors. And for those of you who had they've been hanging around long enough to know my old office in at Queensland Tractor Spares, I had like pipe fittings, and like it was just a nice place to be. I'm in my office, and I had aircon, nice floor coverings, and had all my model tractors there, and all the books that I like to read, and the tractor data books that I try and keep on hand and read through. So I enjoyed it there, and it was just a nice thing. But 1st of November, we've sold the business for 12 months now, and oh boy, we've done a lot in that time. But I just felt I wanted another office. Now, in the little garage next to the house, I've shown you little snippets and clips on Facebook and YouTube Shorts and that, but it was just a little single garage on the side of the house that we mainly use for shelving in a junk room. Well, I've cleaned all that out, we've repacked everything, we've shifted all the shelving into the shipping container, all the club stuff's gone up to the club sheds and that where it belongs. We don't want it hanging around here. Just takes up too much room. And so, we sort of got all that sorted out. We still have a heap of signs and that I suppose I made them and they're mine, but we'll just see. They might just put them up in the club container until next time, till our next rally. But look, it's just been busy trying to get this little office done. I've been trying to put a couple of shorts out, and I just take them with my Samsung S23 phone, and I can do one today, and I can walk around here or up there or walk around with it, and it's fine. It looks like a good clip. I can put it on Facebook, beautiful. I put it on YouTube, and just every second or third or fourth one, it just gets black and white, negative look about it sort of thing, and it's you watch it and it's got like starts and stops and blurs in it, and I don't know what went wrong. I've left one out there with that, and it looks like the start of it on I think it was at the Woodford Rally, might have been the Case tractor or one of those little tractors like that, and even the thumbnail looks dicky. So I've been trying to put a few shorts out of what I've been doing up in the garage there, but the last couple of them have turned out rubbish. The little one up the shed where I just showed all the dust on the boards, it turned out okay, and look, they're the same phone settings. I'm just not sure what goes on there, but leading up to the storms, like not yesterday, the day before, the wind, holy, it just blew and blew and blew, and all the drawers and all that on my toolboxes here, on the Renegade toolboxes, and all my bench and my lathe and all that, I keep them wiped. And look, probably every month I'd go over with a damp rag and just wipe all the dust off, trying to keep it looking nice and try and keep ahead of it. Well, it wasn't too bad, but the other day, that wind and the dust that blew in, well, I need to spend quite a bit of time just cleaning the shed now. Even like the bench I did over there for my charging station for the laptop and that, you just rub your hand on it and it's just dirt, just dust. So, yeah, just bloody unbelievable, the amount of dirt that came in. And I painted those little shelves on the short there and shut the door because I knew it was windy, and come back the next morning and it had all that dust on it. But look, that wiped off. That wasn't a worry. I've got them done. I've been into my mates at Trade Tools again, and I bought those 2 black toolboxes to support a bench, and I've got a gap up the front end, so I've ordered another one. It'll be here. Oh, look, he said perhaps 10 days, a fortnight, and that was last week, so it shouldn't be far away. And I've bought another one of them, and I bought this ply, and it's called Hexaply, and it's got like a hexagon pattern for a bench top, and I thought, well, that's a non-slip thing, I'll try that. And I've bought the cutting mats, the green cutting mats. If you look, you're not even a YouTuber if you don't own one of them. Everyone has them, but look, they are bloody handy. They got measurements on them and all sorts there. I use them on the bench here as a backdrop. Yeah, so they're just a good thing. The injection pump here off the FE35, I still haven't found that washer. Now, I was talking to a follower the other day, and he's on the head of his injection pump. You know, I did a video about making a socket for this little rotor here that holds the vanes of the pump, and so unbeknownst to him, he put a screwdriver in, I believe, and went to undo it, and it broke out there. And pardon me. So I suggested he would have to find a new pump, an old pump, I mean, and see if he can get the part out of that. And I've only ever had left-hand thread ones of those, but on research, which he prompted, there is a right and a left-hand thread depending on the rotation of the pump, which that's something I just learned. I just thought, oh, well, the ones, I must just have the pumps going the wrong way all the time, left-hand thread ones. But on talking about that, he said, AliExpress has got diesel pump parts. So I thought, okay, I'll go and have a look at that. And yeah, look, I did find them on AliExpress, little Chinese company, of course, but they have the kits, they have the different heads, the vanes. They actually have a gasket set with the vanes in it and things like that. So, pardon me. I've ordered a couple of bits through AliExpress in the past for Queensland Tractor Spares, and I will probably hop on and order a few of these diesel injection pump parts just to see, but I can't find the washer that I need. Now, I do have a very old John Deere 3130 pump that was done up years ago up in the pallet racking way up there, and I'm thinking of pulling that out to get this washer. And I do have 2 other 23C engines, but I just want to leave them closed. I don't want to open that hole in them. I suppose I could always cut out a tin plate or something and put it on to seal it up, but anyway, I'm trying to avoid that if I can. But yeah, on AliExpress it had the kits, it had those, the little cross, the little drives for your vane pump. Yeah, quite a bit of gear there. So I also ordered through AliExpress. I've had one of those little angle boxes, where it's magnetic, and you set it at 0, then you turn something on the mill and it tells you 30 degrees or that. Well, I've had one of them well, I got the mill back in about 2011 or 12, and one come on the side of that to set the head, and I've had one since then. But just recently, it's decided not to work, so I've ordered one of those. And I've had cheap vernier calipers, digital calipers in the past, and look, they haven't been much chop. And I try and use, it's not Warren and Brown, M&W I think, more than right, from Trade Tools. They're about $105, $115 each, and just lately I haven't had a particularly good run out of them. I've got one there and it's clean. I've pulled it apart and cleaned it and all that, and it's just not registering properly, or it'll register a bit now and you miss a bit and things like that. So, and I don't use coolant. Well, I use coolant on the mill, but I don't use coolant on the lathe. And I was wondering, I had coolant and got in somehow. So anyway, for $35, they've got a set that's coolant proof, they reckon. So I've ordered that while I ordered the little angle box and things like that. So we'll just see how that goes. I'll show you that when it gets here. I also ordered off Temu some little plastic boxes for inside the drawers up on the new toolboxes up the top there. So that'll be okay. I've sat them in there. I'll take you for a walk up there shortly and just show you the new office. Look, it's getting pretty nice there now. I've been sitting up of an evening doing a little bit more on the Bundy Bear's Shed website. Now, on the Bundy Bear's website, we've got a couple of t-shirts. We've only got certain size t-shirts left. They don't sell much. Stubby coolers, stickers. I'm actually thinking of getting new stickers made, because since then I've changed the logo to, instead of the tractor and all that like the old logo, the new logo is me sitting on the TE20 with a rum in my hand and a shifting spanner and my shorts and thongs, which I've got on now. So I'm thinking of changing that. But anyway, yeah, I thought I'd have a couple of things there for sale just to try and pay for the hosting of the site. But look, we don't sell jack shit. No one buys anything really. A few stubby coolers here and there, and that's about it. But I'm nearly out of stubby coolers, and the t-shirts is only certain sizes there, and yeah, we'll just work something out there. But the YouTube, the money I get off YouTube for doing the videos, it pays for hosting the website. So it's just my way of putting something back. And currently, the other day I put in Ford 2000, 3000, 4000, 5000 operators manuals, limited parts books. I don't have a lot of service bulletins. I have a lot of Fergie ones, and I still have some Ferguson ones to work through yet. But I don't have a lot of Ferguson. I don't have any, I don't think, Ford service bulletins or anything like that. David Brown, we're doing pretty well. And look, on my idea with the website, with the service information, is to have it for free. Now, it's like me putting tips and tricks out there to do your tractors up. We put it out there for free. I make a couple of bob out of doing it nowadays, but no, I didn't for many years. And so I believe the information should be free, so I watermark some of it so it doesn't end up on eBay. And but some Facebook pages say when you look at the, let's say, Ferguson Heritage, Friends of Ferguson Heritage, well, when you look at the Facebook page, there's a little tab up there with files. And Tim Hoffman, I sort of worked with, Tim did all the work, but I just gave some measurements and that for some of the Fergie setting tools. And Tim's actually put some STL files there for 3D printing your own tools. And look, he's done it to help himself out with his job, but now he's put the files out there for the community to use, which is just a nice gesture. It's like we've done with the, like Barry and Shane and myself have done with the hydraulic setting tool for the David Brown. Now, I'm not sure if the STL file's on my website for this. I'll have to have a look. And if not, it'll be there. I'll put it up the top of the workshop section or something like that. But yeah, I'll probably get those files that Tim put out. And look, they're for public use. You're allowed, once someone puts a file out on the internet like that, you're allowed to take it and use it. I know Jim Cochran, he does terrific work for Fordson and David Brown tractors and all that on their pages. And a lot of his stuff he's got watermarked, which is just great. You need to do that because otherwise they get on eBay and they get sold. So some of that stuff, some of the stuff Jim's put out there, I've put on my website. It's just another safety buffer, so it's always there for people for free. I'm never going to charge anything for it. But now I've got a nice office up there. I'm actually, of a night, I'll tell you, I mean, Jude and myself, we have dinner of an evening and we watch a bit of TV. We all swing across to YouTube to watch Who's Travelling Around Australia and all that sort of thing. And I like watching Max Grant and Cutting Edge Engineering and, you know, Brian Block and things like that, you know, machining, Bondi Hacks and, yeah, Keith Rucker, all those fellas. I like watching all those sort of things, but it doesn't interest Jude much. So if we run out of travel stuff and I flick over to, say, Keith Rucker or Fenner or someone like that, Jude says, oh, I might go to bed now. And off she goes. So what I've done in the office now is when Jude goes to bed, I can pop into my office. I've got YouTube up on the wall there. I've put a 32-inch TV up there, a smart telly, that I can run the YouTube from my phone. And I go and watch YouTube in there, but then of a night I can sit in there and I can scan a bit of files and, you know, do that sort of stuff. So, but what we're also going to do is some of the documents that I have, the books and that I have, like I've got half a pallet still sitting up here that I haven't even got down yet. We're going to scan them, and for those who want the books, we're actually going to put the books for sale on the website. So they'll be genuine Massey Ferguson. Well, they'll have a good description anyway. So, and that's not a money making thing so much. It's just yeah. Well, I like a digital copy, but in my drawers here I have like 65 TE20s and all that, and I do like to just sit and read them. But on the website I've also got the Sparex catalogue. So anyway, go and have a look. And if you watch my YouTube channel and you watch the ads, that's how I get paid from YouTube. So I'm looking for... Pardon me. It's one of those things, I've got the 65 there just behind the camera in front of me, and I'm getting keen to get into that, and I've got the parts, I've got all I need, but I've got to get this office thing out of my system. I do not want to stop that half done, or it'll stay half done for 100 years. So I want to finish the office, I want to spend a bit of time up there, like it's a good place now. Through the week we cleaned the floor, I acid etched it with the proper acid from Bunnings, and we put a primer on it so it'd soak in, and I've marked it in one place, but I have a little bit of paint I can touch it up, but I'm not going to touch it up until it's absolutely finished. I've got another toolbox to come in yet, I've got that Hexaply bench tops to come in yet, and up on the wall I've put some shelving brackets, and I found these little retro looking shelving brackets off Bunnings, and I used some on the shed over here where I hold up the stands, yeah, the big splitting stands that keeps them up off the floor and all that. So I've got some up there, but anyway, there's a little 200mm one, and I had 3 or 4 of them here, so I started doing the shelves with them to see how it worked, and the 200mm ones seemed just right for putting model tractors on. So I went to Bunnings and I bought them out. They've got no more, so I'm hopping on the Bunnings website every night now just to see if they've got any more brackets left, because I need some more. I haven't got the complete collection up there yet. I've got, you know, things that the Fordson Club gave Judy and myself for sponsoring for like many years. We sponsored them, probably 10 years, something like that, and just certificates of appreciation and things like that. They're just little things that remind us of our work and life, and they're little keepsakes for us. Not important to anyone else, just us. And I'd like to get that all up there and make it a nice place. So I've got a bit more time in the office yet just to sort that out. But yeah, I'm waiting on Bunnings to order some more shelving brackets, and yeah, trade tools for that last toolbox, and then I can finish that bench along the side there. So, but look, it's coming along well. I've got the bookshelves filled up with most of the books I had in the office. I've found a few more. Yeah, we'll just see. I've got quite a bit of scanning to do, and I've put the flatbed scanner down on my desk on the side there. So the flatbed scanner, it just doesn't print properly. It's a bloody good printer. It was expensive, but it scans beautifully. But there's some software updates, I reckon. I've tried that, but I'm still getting shitty lines. But I've got a little Epsom 1810 inkjet thing that's it's got eco tanks. You fill it up, and I've had it for over a year now, probably 18 months. And I've only just filled the black up again, and it was only half empty. But what a great little printer that is! Just Wi-Fi's to your phone and your computer and all that. And yeah, it does a cracker of a job. Clear as crystal all the time. You know, bloody little light thing, weighs bloody nothing. But a great little printer. But look, anyway, when I finish the office and I get back up to the shed here, I'm going to have to spend like 3 or 4 days, spend some time anyway, cleaning, just because of the dust that blew in the other day. So what I'm hoping is we get enough rain to settle all the dust, because it was just a dust bowl. Like you'd go up the driveway, and I don't speed up the driveway, but I'd go up the driveway and just a cloud of dust, and it was just dust everywhere. So I had the door open at the new office the other day, bringing stuff in and out. Well, yeah, we had to go over everything and wipe everything off again, just the dust that blew in. So I'll probably be trying to keep the roller door closed. We had a bloke from Nita Blinds come in the other day, and where the roller door lifts up, there's a architrave panel there. I still have to paint that. Haven't even started that yet. And we're going to put like a screen door there so we can put the roller door up. And look, it was all right. I think the quote was $1,514 or something like that. And that gives us a couple of barn doors, so you can lock one, just come in and out one, but it'll seal on the bottom. Getting an extra weather strip put on, so it seals all vermin and mozzies and all that out. So if it is a nice day with a bit of breeze, we can open that and get some natural fresh air through, instead of having the aircon on all the time. But I'll tell you what, the aircon was bloody nice yesterday, sitting up there with young Freya. So anyway, we'll see how we go. But yeah, I've got a bit of office work to do. We got the club AGM, not this Sunday, but I think it's the 7th of December or something like that. So I've just got a bit of paperwork to get sorted out there. Yeah, we've had to post a bit out to a couple of people that want positions and in the executive, and yeah, they'll come back. Yeah, on their way back. I know they got filled out yesterday, and on their way back, because yeah, people are travelling around a little bit, and I know one person's looking after their mums. Her mum turned 95 the other day, so yeah, been out there having her turn carer and all that sort of thing. So that's a good thing. But yeah, look, it'll be good. Yeah, well, I don't think. Oh, well, the only thing I have coming up now is we have the ACRA AGM. I've been vice president for a couple of years now. I don't know if they want me as vice president again, but I'm happy to let someone else have a go if they choose to. Yeah, I don't need it. It's not a job where you have to do an awful lot. With the Queensland Heritage Rally on the 3rd, 4th and 5th of August next year, October next year. It's a long weekend in October next year at Stanthorpe. Might be a bit going on, but apart from that, not a lot normally. And yeah, but we're having a meet and greet at Pittsworth Hotel Motel. Now, Pittsworth's west of Toowoomba, northwest of Toowoomba, I suppose, near Brisbane. But yeah, the ACRA meeting, usually they try and have a couple of reps from each area. We have a southern zone, central zone and northern zone. Have a couple of reps that go to rallies quite often and just do a little report on how things are going. And it was a good rally, good attendance from the public, or attendance was down, or the tractors were up, the engines were down, the engines are up, the tractors are down, all that sort of thing. So look, there's a meet and greet out at the Pittsworth Motel, one of them. And on Sunday the 22nd of November, so we're going out to that. And then on the 23rd, for the local fellas that watch the stew, I've made an arrangement with Anthony Lampard, you know, the Fergie wrecker, to go past him. We're picking up some bits. Another fella rang me yesterday and we're picking up some bits for him. So, yeah, the idea, if you want something, ring Anthony, sort it out, do the payment, all that, and just put it in the Bundy Bear shed pile and I'll bring it all home. So yeah, a few members are using it, so it's a good thing. Anthony's a good fella. And yeah, if he puts it in the pile, if there's something missing out of that pile, it's not my worry. Whatever you and him have sorted out is in the pile and I'll bring it home. So that's how it's going to work. But anyway, look, that's about it for the stew. I'll take you for a walk through the office up the front there, give you a quick look at that, and yeah, we'll just see what happens from there, eh? Yeah, but there may not be much shop stuff again this week, which is a bit shitty. I'd rather be up here buggering around, but I just got to get this finished. If I half do it now, it'll be half finished for the next 5 years, and I'll be whinging. So anyway, all right. Thanks for stopping by, everyone. I'll shut up and yeah, stay tuned. I'll show you a bit of a walk through my little office up there. There's a dog walking out again. Always walks out when the camera starts. But yeah, this is just, you know, the outside of the house where the roller door is, and this frame here is what I need to paint, sand down and paint yet, which I haven't even started doing as yet. But as you come in the office, the camera will adjust, no doubt. As you come into the office, I have the toolboxes along the side there, and I've just finished putting up that's a 1/8 scale Fergie. It's very dark in here, isn't it, this morning. I've got the Fergie with the loader, the other ones, farm all down there. They're the little brackets I've been buying off Bunnings that I've bought them out of. So we'll have a look at that. Yeah, when we come, I'll come over right over against the wall here so you can have a bit of a better look. But yeah, it's a little bit dark, and this fluoro up here, that's the old style yellow fluoro. And look, for filming and that, the yellow lights don't work. Yeah, so I'm going to get some LED ones put in and maybe another one down this end just to brighten it all up while we're going. But I've got the smart TV sitting up in there. Most of my tractor collection up there. Just little things like mementos for when we help get the youth tractor restoration projects going for the Fergie Club down at Lake Goldsmith. I bought all the tools for the workshop there, and I've got Sparrex to help with it too. That's the desk. That's world headquarters for Bundy Bear Shed. That brother scanner, that's a beauty. It's just a cracker. Oh, I got the new base off Temu for my chair, my good chair, the one with the roller skate wheels on it. And look, it's really good. Yeah, that worked well. Rolls nicely on this floor. This is a floor that we've just painted. This little Epsom printer, it's an ET1810. What a cracker of a little printer. It's a good one. And next to this red toolbox here, where that step is, that's where we normally have a freezer, and we have to bring that back in yet. So that door there goes to the kitchen. That's the back door, cupboard, a toilet, and we've got I'll try and get you all in frame if I can. But yeah, I've got the bookshelves pretty well sorted. A couple of these big manuals I might move on. But yeah, the Renegade toolboxes are up. I've got another chair there for just reading. Oh, the wall planner, I got the wall planner up. And this is for next year. And yeah, I've got the school holidays marked because we often have the kids. The Kuya show, I'm going to show, Mount Perry, Browina, Mondo show, Childers show, Mundubra show, Bundy show, Gin show, Mount Larkham show. Now they're all things that our club go to. We have a very active club. Billawheeler Rally, Rum City Rally, That's ours there. AMRSQ Rally Woodford, Kangaroo, QHR, school holidays. So yeah, so I've still got some more to do on that yet, as I get dates locked in. If you've been watching the channel for a long time, a man made me that. They're cast aluminium letters for the John Deere 420. Look, I didn't put it on the tractor, I put it here. That's one of my items I like, treasured items. I have cups up the top there. My CRC cup they sent me, a Bundy Bear shed cup we had to play with, and just a novelty one. May spontaneously start talking about tractors, more than likely that. And so on that far wall, yeah, we have this box here supporting the bookshelves. We have a place to sit and read and sort stuff out. Another toolbox, but up where the trolley is up here, and the farm all sign, there's going to be another trolley there, or another one of these black toolboxes there, and then we'll bring the bench down through here. And yeah, that new toolbox there, it'll have all the tools and that for the 3D printer and the laser and things like that. So there's still a bit of junk around the place. Yeah, but look, we'll get there with it. Yeah, I'd like to brighten all that up a little bit, but anyway, I left a message for the electrician, but as per all electricians, they're busy and they haven't returned my call yet, so we'll see. I did shift the wireless modem from Telstra, and I've still got the cords to tidy up, but I think it looks like I can bring them all across onto this bit of conduit. But years ago, we had a bloke come and pay TV. I remember the old Foxtel and all that, and he said, "Oh yeah, no worries, you're ready to go." And we come home and here's his bloody pipe there. So anyway, we left it there. We've pulled the guts out of it now, and we've actually run power leads down there to that power lead under the bench there. So I even painted my bin black. That used to be a Caltex drum. So anyway, that's what's happening in Bundy Bear's shed this week. Mainly doing the office, but yeah, a bit of tidying up yet, and yeah, she'll all look good.